Have you ever wondered why two people can eat the exact same meal, yet one feels energized while the other feels bloated, tired, foggy, or uncomfortable for hours afterward? Most people think digestion begins and ends in the stomach, but the truth is far more fascinating. Inside your body lives an entire ecosystem of trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and microbes working every second to determine how healthy you truly are. And what you eat either feeds this invisible world or slowly destroys it. What's even more surprising is that your gut may influence far more than digestion. Scientists now understand that gut health is connected to immunity, mental health, inflammation, metabolism, sleep quality, hormonal balance, and even the way your brain functions. In many ways, your gut acts like a control center for your body. When it's healthy, your body works with you. When it's damaged, your body begins fighting against you. The modern diet has changed dramatically over the last few decades. Highly processed foods, excessive sugar, artificial additives, low fiber meals, and chronic stress are quietly damaging the delicate balance of bacteria inside the digestive tract. Many people normalize symptoms like bloating, constipation, fatigue, acid reflux, cravings, poor concentration, and irregular digestion without realizing these may all be warning signs coming directly from the gut. But here's the encouraging part. Your gut is constantly changing, adapting, and responding to the foods you choose every single day. The meals you eat today can either strengthen your gut lining, nourish beneficial bacteria, and reduce inflammation, or they can feed harmful microbes that contribute to disease over time. In this speech, you're going to discover what really happens inside your digestive system when you eat certain foods, why your gut bacteria matter more than most people realize, and how simple dietary changes can dramatically improve the way you feel physically and mentally. You'll also learn why some healthy foods may not actually be healthy for your specific gut, how inflammation begins in the digestive tract, and the surprising connection between your gut and your brain. By the end of this discussion, you may never look at food the same way again. Most people think the digestive system has one simple job: break down food and remove waste, but that gut is doing far more than that every second of your life. In fact, many researchers now describe the gut as a second brain because of how deeply connected it is to nearly every major system in the body. Inside your digestive tract live trillions of microorganisms collectively known as the gut microbiome. These tiny organisms help regulate digestion, nutrient absorption, immune defense, inflammation, metabolism, and even communication with the brain. What's remarkable is that the balance of these microbes can influence how you feel physically and emotionally on a daily basis. When your gut is healthy, beneficial bacteria help break down fiber into compounds that nourish the cells lining your intestines. These bacteria also help produce important vitamins and chemicals that support normal body function. A strong gut lining acts like a protective barrier, deciding what gets absorbed into the bloodstream and what stays out. But when that balance becomes disrupted, often because of processed foods, chronic stress, poor sleep, excessive sugar, alcohol, or lack of fiber, the gut barrier can weaken. This may allow unwanted substances and inflammatory compounds to pass into the blood, stream triggering reactions throughout the body. Many symptoms people experience every day may actually begin in the gut without them realizing it. Fatigue, bloating, irregular bowel habits, food sensitivities, brain fog, skin irritation, low mood, and constant cravings can all be connected to an unhealthy digestive environment. Even the immune system is closely tied to the gut, with a large percentage of immune activity taking place inside the digestive tract. When the gut microbiome becomes imbalanced, the body may stay in a constant low-grade inflammatory state that slowly affects overall health over time. The gut also communicates directly with the brain through what scientists call the gut-brain axis. Certain gut bacteria help produce neurotransmitters like serotonin, which influences mood, emotional regulation, and sleep. This means the food you eat may affect not only your digestion, but also your mental clarity and emotional well-being. Diets rich in fiber, fermented foods, vegetables, fruits, legumes, and healthy fats tend to support beneficial gut bacteria, while highly processed foods and excess sugar may encourage the growth of less helpful microbes. Over time, the choices you make at the dinner table can shape the health of your gut ecosystem in powerful ways that influence how your entire body functions every single day. One of the biggest problems with modern eating habits is that many harmful effects on the gut happen slowly and quietly. quickly. Most people do not wake up one morning with severe digestive disease overnight. Instead, damage often develops gradually through years of highly processed foods, excessive sugar, artificial additives, unhealthy fats, chronic stress, and poor lifestyle habits. The gut is incredibly adaptable, but it is also sensitive to the environment created by the foods you eat every day. Over time, that environment can either support healthy bacteria or encourage harmful microbes to dominate. Inside the digestive system, trillions of bacteria compete for survival. Some bacteria help reduce inflammation, strengthen the intestinal lining, and support digestion, while others may contribute to irritation and imbalance when they grow excessively. Highly processed foods often contain very little fiber, which is one of the main fuel sources beneficial gut bacteria rely on. Without enough fiber, helpful microbes begin to weaken. And while less beneficial organisms may thrive on excess sugar and refined carbohydrates. This shift in bacterial balance is sometimes called dysbiosis, and it may influence everything from digestion to immune function and metabolic health. Artificial sweeteners, preservatives, emulsifiers, and heavily refined ingredients may also interfere with the gut environment. Some research suggests that certain food additives can alter the protective mucus layer inside the intestines or affect the diversity of gut bacteria. When diversity decreases, the gut ecosystem becomes less resilient and more vulnerable to inflammation. Chronic inflammation inside the digestive tract may not always produce immediate symptoms, but over time it can contribute to bloating, discomfort, irregular digestion, and even broader health concerns involving the immune system and metabolism. Excess sugar is another major factor affecting gut health. Harmful bacteria and yeast tend to thrive in high sugar environments, potentially disrupting the natural microbial balance. Many people notice increased cravings, energy crashes, or digestive discomfort after consistently consuming sugary foods and beverages. At the same Me-time diets high in ultra-processed foods are often low in nutrients that help repair and maintain the gut lining, such as vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and plant compounds found in whole foods. Stress also plays a surprisingly important role in gut health. The digestive system constantly communicates with the brain, and chronic stress can change gut motility, influence inflammation, and even alter bacterial populations. This means the combination of poor diet and ongoing stress creates a powerful cycle that may quietly damage the gut over time. Although these changes may begin invisibly, the body often sends warning signs long before serious illness develops, and learning to recognize those signals can become one of the most important steps toward improving overall health. Many people hear the word bacteria and immediately think of something dangerous, but the human body depends on bacteria for survival. In fact, your digestive tract contains trillions of microorganisms that work constantly to protect and support your health. These beneficial microbes help digest food, absorb nutrients, regulate inflammation, support the immune system, and maintain the strength of the intestinal lining. Without them, the digestive system would struggle to function properly. What makes this even more fascinating is that the types of bacteria living inside your gut are heavily influenced by the foods you eat every day. Healthy gut bacteria thrive on foods rich in dietary fiber and natural plant compounds. Fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and seeds contain fibers that the human body cannot fully digest on its own. Instead, these fibers become fuel for beneficial bacteria inside the colon. As the bacteria break down these fibers, they produce substances called short-chain fatty acids, which help nourish the cells lining the intestines and may reduce inflammation throughout the body. This process supports a healthier gut environment and strengthens the barrier that protects the bloodstream from harmful substances. A diverse gut microbiome is often considered a sign of better health. Diversity means having many different types of beneficial bacteria working together in balance. Different microbes perform different tasks, and a wide variety helps the gut adapt to changes in diet, stress, and environmental exposures. Diets centered around processed foods and low fiber tend to reduce this diversity over time, while diets rich in whole foods usually support a broader range of beneficial microbes. Even small dietary changes can begin influencing the microbiome surprisingly quickly. Fermented foods may also help support gut health because they naturally contain live microorganisms. Foods like yogurt with active cultures, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, and certain fermented vegetables may introduce beneficial bacteria into the digestive system. While fermented foods are not a magic solution, they can become part of an overall dietary pattern that supports microbial balance. At the same time, excessive sugar, alcohol, alcohol, and heavily processed foods may create an environment that favors less beneficial organisms. What happens in the gut does not stay in the gut. Beneficial bacteria influence many systems throughout the body, including immunity and brain function. Some gut microbes help produce neurotransmitters and signaling molecules involved in mood and mental clarity. Others help regulate inflammation, which is increasingly linked to chronic disease. This means supporting healthy bacteria is not simply about avoiding stomach discomfort, that's it. Tea may influence energy levels, emotional well-being, immune resilience, and long-term health. Every meal becomes an opportunity to either nourish the beneficial organisms working for you or feed the imbalance that may slowly work against you over time. Not all foods affect the body in the same way, even if they appear similar on the surface. Some foods actively support the gut by nourishing beneficial bacteria, strengthening the intestinal lining, and reducing inflammation, while others may slowly damage the digestive environment over time. What makes this challenging is that many foods marketed as convenient or enjoyable are often the same foods that create stress inside the gut when eaten too frequently. The digestive system is constantly responding to what enters the body, and every meal sends signals that either promote healing or contribute to imbalance. Whole, minimally processed foods generally provide the nutrients the gut needs to function properly. Vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains contain fiber, antioxidants, vitamins, and plant compounds that help support healthy digestion and microbial diversity. Fiber is especially important because beneficial bacteria rely on it as a source of fuel. When these bacteria digest fiber, they produce compounds that help maintain the intestinal barrier and support a healthier internal environment. This is one reason diets rich in plant-based foods are often associated with better digestive health and lower levels of chronic inflammation. Healthy fats also play an important role in gut function. Foods such as olive oil, avocados, fatty fish, and nuts contain nutrients that may help reduce inflammation and support the lining of the digestive tract. In contrast, diets high in heavily processed fats and fried foods may promote inflammatory responses in some individuals. The balance between these food choices can influence how well the gut protects the body over time. On the other hand, many ultra-processed foods contain ingredients that provide calories without offering meaningful nourishment to the gut microbiome. Refined sugars, artificial additives, preservatives, and low-fiber carbohydrates may encourage harmful bacterial growth while reducing microbial diversity. Some people experience obvious symptoms like bloating, gas, acid reflux, or irregular digestion after consuming these foods regarding scholarly, while others may experience subtler signs such as fatigue, cravings, poor concentration, or low energy levels. The body often adapts gradually, making it easy to overlook the connection between food choices and how a person feels each day. Another important factor is that gut responses are highly individual. A food that supports one person's digestion may irritate another person's digestive system depending on genetics, microbiome composition, food sensitivities, stress levels, and overall health status. This is why paying attention to how your body responds after meals can be extremely valuable. The goal is not perfection or fear around food, but awareness. Understanding which foods consistently leave you feeling energized, satisfied, and comfortable versus sluggish, inflamed, or uncomfortable can help guide healthier long-term decisions that support both digestive health and overall well-being. One of the most fascinating discoveries in modern health science is the powerful connection between the gut and the brain. For many years, people believed the brain controlled the body while the digestive system simply processed food in the background. But researchers now understand that communication between the gut and the brain works in both directions. The digestive system constantly sends signals to the brain through nerves, hormones, immune pathways, and chemicals produced by gut bacteria. This connection is often called the gut-brain axis, and it may influence mood, memory, concentration, stress responses, sleep quality, and emotional well-being more than most people realize. Inside the digestive tract lives a vast ecosystem of microbes that actively participate in producing substances involved in brain function. Certain beneficial bacteria help create neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, and gamma-aminobutyric acid, which play important roles in mood regulation and emotional balance. In fact, a large percentage of serotonin, often called the feel-good chemical, is produced in the gut. When the gut environment becomes imbalanced, these signaling systems may also become disrupted, potentially affecting mental and emotional health. Many people notice that stress and emotions directly affect digestion. Anxiety may cause nausea, stomach discomfort, diarrhea, or loss of appetite, while chronic stress may contribute to bloating, cramping, or irregular bowel movements. This happens because the brain and digestive system are closely connected through the nervous system, particularly through a major communication pathway called the vagus nerve. When the body remains in a constant state of stress, digestion may slow down or become less efficient, and the gut microbiome itself may begin to change in unhealthy ways. Inflammation also appears to play a major role in the gut-brain relationship. Diets high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats may promote chronic inflammation in the digestive tract, which can influence the immune system and potentially affect brain function over time. Some studies suggest that ongoing inflammation may be associated with fatigue, brain fog, difficulty concentrating, and changes in mood. At the same time, diets rich in fiber, vegetables, fermented foods, and healthy fats may help support a healthier gut environment that positively influences brain health. Sleep quality is another area strongly connected to gut health. Poor sleep may disrupt gut bacteria, while an unhealthy gut may interfere with sleep-regulating hormones and stress responses. This creates a cycle where both the brain and digestive system affect one another continuously. The important takeaway is that caring for gut health is not only about preventing digestive discomfort. The foods you choose every day may influence how clearly you think, how stable your mood feels, how well you handle stress, and how much energy and focus you carry throughout your daily life. Improving gut health does not usually require extreme diets, expensive supplements, or complicated detox programs. In many cases, the most effective changes are simple daily habits practiced consistently over time. The gut microbiome is highly responsive to lifestyle choices, meaning even small improvements in diet, sleep, stress management, and physical activity can gradually create a healthier digestive environment. The goal is not perfection, but creating conditions that allow beneficial bacteria to thrive while reducing the factors that contribute to inflammation and imbalance. One of the most important habits for gut health is increasing fiber intake through whole foods. Vegetables, fruits, beans, lentils, oats, nuts, and seeds provide nourishment for beneficial gut bacteria. Many people consume far less fiber than the body actually. Why needs, especially when relying heavily on processed foods or fast food meals. Gradually increasing fiber intake while staying hydrated may help improve digestion, support regular bowel movements, and encourage greater microbial diversity inside the intestines. Variety also matters because different plant-beneficial bacteria. Fermented foods feed different types of beneficial bacteria. Fermented foods can also become valuable additions to a gut-friendly routine. Yogurt with live cultures, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, and fermented vegetables naturally contain microorganisms that may support microbial balance. While these foods are not miracle cures, regular consumption may help maintain a healthier digestive ecosystem when combined with an overall nutritious diet. Choosing minimally processed foods more often and reducing excessive sugar intake may further help beneficial bacteria grow more effectively. Hydration plays a surprisingly important role in digestion as well. Water supports the movement of food through the digestive tract and helps fiber function properly. Dehydration may contribute to constipation and digestive discomfort, especially in people already consuming low amounts of fiber. Simple habits lie. Key: drinking enough water throughout the day and eating balanced meals at regular times may support smoother digestive function. Stress management is another critical factor many people underestimate. Chronic stress may negatively affect digestion, gut bacteria, inflammation levels, and even the permeability of the intestinal lining. Activities such as walking, deep breathing, exercise, quality sleep, and spending time away from constant mental stimulation may help regulate the nervous system and improve gut-brain communication. Sleep itself is essential because the body performs many repair processes during rest, and disrupted sleep patterns may interfere with microbial balance over time. Physical movement can also benefit digestion by supporting circulation, reducing stress hormones, and encouraging normal intestinal activity. Even moderate activity like walking after meals may improve digestive comfort for some individuals. The most powerful aspect of gut health is that the body constantly responds to repeated habits. Every meal, every night of sleep, and every lifestyle choice sends signals to the gut environment. Over time, those repeated signals shape the health of the digestive system and influence how the entire body feels and functions on a daily basis. Final conclusion: the most important thing to understand is that your gut is not just a digestion machine, it is one of the most powerful systems influencing your overall health. Every single day, the foods you choose are shaping the environment inside your body. They are either feeding the beneficial bacteria that help protect you, heal you, and support your energy, or they are feeding inflammation, imbalance, and disease. And the effects often reach far beyond the stomach. Your gut influences your immune system, your metabolism, your hormones, your brain function, your mood, your sleep, and even the way your body responds to stress. That means the connection between food and health is much deeper than calories or weight alone. The quality of your diet may determine how clearly you think, how energetic you feel, how well you sleep, and how resilient your body becomes over time. The encouraging news is that the gut is incredibly adaptable. Your body is constantly responding to your choices, and even small, consistent changes can begin improving the balance of your microbiome. Eating more whole foods, increasing fiber intake, reducing highly processed foods, managing stress, staying active, sleeping properly, and paying attention to how your body reacts after meals can all create meaningful improvements over time. Healing the gut is rarely about perfection, it is about consistency and awareness. Many people spend years treating symptoms without ever addressing the foundation underneath them. But when you begin supporting gut health, you are not only improving digestion, you may also improve energy, focus, emotional balance, immune function, and long-term wellness. The gut and the brain are constantly communicating, and the food on your plate becomes part of that conversation every single day. So the next time you sit down to eat, remember this: your meal is not just feeding you, it is feeding trillions of living organisms inside your body that influence nearly every aspect of your health. And over time, those daily food choices quietly become one of the strongest predictors of how healthy, energetic, and resilient your future self will be.